Nikki here, your personal trainer and yoga instructor. Today we are going to be working on legs. So of course, when we work on our legs, we're including all the muscles of the legs. And most importantly, the glute. Glute is the biggest muscle in our body, so we want to make sure that as we're doing our squats, we're doing our compound exercises, that we're also activating the glutes, because glutes is the biggest muscle on our body. Not only that, it helps us keep our body in alignment as well, because as much as we need core strength to keep our spine in good alignment, it's also good to make sure that we're activating glutes when we need to activate the glutes, so that our lower back's not being overused or compressed. So we're going to start with a warm-up today. So with our warm-up, we're going to start with feet together. Actually, let's have them about hip width apart. We'll go into a little bit of slow movement first, then we'll pick it up a little bit too, okay? So we're going to start in what we call mountain pose in our yoga, Tadasana. Okay, so we'll start by taking a nice deep breath into our bellies. And then we're going to breathe out, relax our shoulders. We'll use our yoga breathing just at first, so breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, filling our bellies up with air. And as we inhale, we're extending up throughout our spine. And then exhaling, lowering our shoulders. As we're extending on the inhale, we'll make sure there's a micro bend in our knees, of course. And then we're going to exhale out. Inhaling, bringing those hands above our head. And then we're going to exhale to split those hands apart. Belly button tucked in. We're going to bend forward, arms come out, leading with the chest, of course. And then we'll let our hands and our head hang. So we're going to have a micro bend, of course. Let our tummy touch our thighs as we fold. We'll gently nod our head yes, and then gently shake it no. And then one more time, gently nodding yes again. From here, reverse swan diving, coming back up, reaching up, and then we're gonna split those hands apart. Exhale, belly button tucked in. We'll start to hinge at the waist, knees behind toes, and bring our hands on top of our knees. Breathing in, coming up, and then exhaling. Once again, starting to hinge at the waist, belly button tucked in. So I'll do the first one slow for you, and then we'll move a little bit faster. Okay, and then from here, bend the legs, reverse swan dive, coming back up. We'll do it from the side for this next one of the modified chair. And then once again, breathing in, and then exhaling, sitting back into a chair, knees behind toes. And then from here, breathing in, and then exhaling, hands come apart. We're hinging at the waist as we fold towards the ground, letting our tummy touch our thighs, micro bend in the knees, of course. Reverse swan dive, coming back up, breathing in, and then exhaling, sitting into that, our modified chair. Coming back up again. Okay, next, taking your legs out about 2-3 feet wide apart, having 45-degree angles to our feet. Maybe I'll back up so you can actually see my feet. There we go, perfect. All right, from here, hands to heart center. Taking the hands out, we're gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna exhale as we start to do a little bit of a plantar squat. So we'll inhale, come up, and then exhale, we'll hug our elbows into our ribs. And we'll pay attention to how we're feeling. If we feel like pushing it today, we can. If there's any areas that we're taking care of, we'll listen to our body. Breathing in again, and then exhaling, hugging those elbows into the ribs. Inhaling, and then this time if you want to squeeze the shoulder blades together to get a little bit more sensation in the back, you can. Breathing in, and then exhaling. Okay, we'll do a few more of these. These are our moonflowers, another great way that we warm up our bodies in yoga, but we can also use them in our warm-ups. Okay, inhaling, hands come up all the way. And then exhaling, we start to make the shape of the sun. And at first, we're just gonna place our hands on top of our thighs. Lower back should be flat. We're gonna breathe in. So we don't wanna round the back as we're hinging at the waist. We wanna tuck our belly button into the spine and then bend forward as we're coming into our modified sunflowers. Okay, now for those of you who are ready, we'll take it a little bit further. So we're gonna, once again, breathe in and then exhale. As we hinge forward, we're gonna cross our arms over as we make the shape of the sun, and then inhale back up. Exhaling. Inhaling. And then exhaling. And you might be feeling warm. That is the total purpose of moonflowers and sunflowers, is to warm up the body. Plus they're fun too. Great way to warm up the body too. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. Okay, good. We're gonna come back. Hands together. We're gonna sit in sun pose just for a moment. Taking a nice deep breath in. You can take your arms out if you want as well. How long can you hold sun pose for? And then we can take our hands on top of our head, belly button tucked in. We're gonna just come down to one side, breathing in or breathing out. Inhaling, coming back, and then exhaling. So we'll do about 10 on each side. And of course, you just wanna crunch your side to where you feel that your obliques getting activated. Keep going, breathing out as you crunch to the side. And then breathing in as you come back to the middle. You should feel your obliques crunching, belly button tucked in, of course, so you can activate more of your core muscles. We'll do about 3 more. Okay, awesome job. Hands back together. All right, this time we're gonna point our toes forward. We'll actually bring our feet in together. Hands can be down by our side. This one's called twist jacks. Another great warm-up movement. Also great to use in any of your hip forms, so any of your high-intensity interval training circuits. Okay, from here, stepping out and then reaching. You can use your cardio breath for this one. So just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So it's a little bit different than our yoga breath, but you can switch it. So generally you want to go about 30 seconds or a minute. You're gonna come work out? Okay. Can you time me? Go get your phone so you can time me so I'm not the times. Thank you. Okay, next, going into our front kicks. So, belly button tucked in. You can have your hands in an on guard position. This is what we call it when we're doing our martial arts or kung fu. And from here, belly button tucked in. And you're gonna kick one leg, bring it back down, and then kick the other. So we're gonna alternate legs. Got your phone? Time me for a minute. You can always add weights, but because we're doing a warm-up, just leave it your own body weight, okay? Belly button tucked in, and go. Are you timing me?
Siri, time me for a minute.
So all you're doing is just kicking the leg up. You can make these harder if you want and do switch kicks, okay? But if you're just starting out or have never done any front kicks before, stick with this. Okay, is it gonna,
Yeah, so.
all right. I actually wanted you to do it, but that's okay.
No.
It's okay, I'll just get the app on the phone that I have for it.
What happened?
It's all,
Oh, you want me to say it? Okay.
so this minute's probably gonna be a little bit longer than the minute because my daughter. What time are we at?
14 seconds.
In, we're only,
9,
okay.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Okay, so this next exercise is called hip raises or glute bridges. In yoga, we also call this bridge pose, where the breathing is a little bit different. For today, though, it is our exercise that works the hamstrings and the glutes, and we need to do this with our resistance breath or our exercise breath. So you're going to come onto your mat or come onto your floor. If you don't have a mat, try using a blanket and doubling up on that. If you're new to this exercise, I'll do the first one with both legs down, and then we'll go into the single leg hip raises as well. Belly button tucked in. We want to maintain that lower back is flat. And then from here, breathing in, and then breathing out, pushing through those heels. And then inhaling, coming back down, exhaling, pushing back up, inhaling, and then on the exhale, we're squeezing the glutes at the top. And the whole time, we're keeping the belly button tucked into the spine so that we don't feel it in the lower back. And you want to do about 10 to 15 of these, about 3 times each. And at the end, you're going to hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then you're going to come back down. You can give yourself a little bit of a rest here. If you want, you can, if you have any kind of low back tension, you can always do a stretch in between. You can just come into knees to chest pose and stretch your lower back in between sets. Or you can, of course, do another exercise depending on where you're at physically. Okay, this next one is for our single leg hip raises. So single leg hip raises, belly button tucked in, you want your knees in alignment with your hips. Same as how we started with the hip raises, belly button tucked in. You're gonna reach up, 1, 2, and then come back down. Of course, breathing out on the way up, pushing through that heel, making sure the whole foot is planted on the ground. You're not just using one side of it. And then, of course, you want to repeat on the other side. So belly button tucked in, you're going to raise the other leg. And then from here, breathing out, 1, 2. Inhaling on the way back down, breathing out, and pushing through that heel so that you can activate the glute. And then try to keep your hips even as well as they come up. And then hold at the top. And then at the end, you can of course give yourself a little bit of a back stretch again. Okay, so this next movement, we're still working with our hip raises, of course. It's a single leg hip raise. This is for the more advanced people that already do deadlifts, hip raises as well. Here's what you can do. You can add a stepper to your hip raises. Not only can you add a stepper to your hip raises, but you can also add a weight when you're doing your single leg hip raises, which can really help with building more of that hamstring and glute muscle that you need. And of course, when we're adding weight, we want to make sure form is still good. And not only that form is still good, that we're still activating everything we need to activate in our exercise. Okay, so we're going to come down here. We're going to do our hip raises next. Single leg hip raises, of course. Oops, there we go. So once again, setting up, making sure knees are in direct alignment with the hips. Belly button tucked in, lower back flat on that mat. Pick a leg. Whichever leg that you found that usually finds this exercise the most challenging, that's the one that you want to start on first. For me, right side. Okay, so you're going to put your weight on your hip like so, belly button tucked in. Lift your hips so that they are even. Then lift the leg, belly button tucked in still, and then pushing up, 1, 2, coming back down, pushing up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll go to 12, holding. Okay, good. And then coming back down, letting your body get a little rest there. Okay, and then if you have one leg that's shorter than the other, you may want to scoot down just a little bit. Okay, once again, setting up, knees in alignment with hips, feet about hip width apart, belly button tucked in. Once again, raising those hips up, take the other leg up, breathing in, and then exhaling as you come up. Pushing through that heel, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and hold. Okay, awesome job. Bring your knees in, from knees to chest. You can go side to side if you want, give your lower back a little bit of a break, even though this is a hamstring exercise. Lower back and glute work with the hamstring as well, so you might feel your lower back getting a little bit of a workout too. Okay, jumping jacks time. Whew. Keep jumping, use your exercise breath. Minute of jumping jacks. You can do it. Jump to the music. Don't know if you can hear the music in the background. Put on something that you want to jump to. Ooh. Almost there. What's next? So lunges are good for the top and thigh. Works a lot of muscles at once too. Also works the glutes. So first set of lunges, you can do with or without weights. If you've never done lunges before, let's work on the form together. So the form of your lunges will demonstrate what it should look like. You of course want to step out or step forward, and you want knee over ankle alignment happening when you come down. You also want your leg to be in a 90-degree angle. Then pop back up, and then breathe in at the top. Breathe out. Belly buttons, of course, tucked into the spine. And then you keep just going through, breathing in, and then exhaling as you come down, pushing through that heel. So knees should always be behind toes in your squats and your lunges, just so that you can prevent injury of your knee. but also to make sure you're engaging the muscles that you need to be. Okay, and you can do about 10 to 15 of those. Of course, holding for about 10 seconds afterwards. Popping back up, stepping forward, or stepping back, wherever we started. And you can always take your other leg back, belly button tucked in, coming down, 1, 2, everything's still the same. Breathing in, popping up, and then exhaling, coming back down. The over ankle alignment, maintain that on the other side as well. We want to square our hips to the wall in front of us. So if you're kind of like this, you need to be like this, and then pop down. Breathing in, and then exhaling. You can also have your hands in front of you for balance. And there's so many fun things that we can do with our lunges too. You want to do 10 on each side. And then hold the last one. And of course, step forward or step back wherever you step. Do with your lunge, we can add weight and also add a twist to it. Now, anytime we add weight to our lunges, we still want to maintain that we're in proper form, that we're staying in control of our movement, and also not using momentum. So keep that in mind anytime you add weight to any of your body weight exercises. The other thing to keep in mind, because we're adding a twist to it, which the twist helps work our lower tummy, which is amazing, it's awesome. The only thing too is with the twist, you want to make sure that you're not using momentum, because when we use momentum in an exercise and we're using weights, and especially with twisting, we could cause an injury. So I want you to be safe if you do try this exercise. It really is a fun one. I love it. It's one of my new favorites when I do my workouts. And it is an advanced lunge exercise. So go ahead and grab your weights, or you don't have to grab weights. You can even grab, like if you have an exercise ball, you know, or you can just use your hands as well. So what you can do is grab your weights now. Okay, I'll do it from the side so that you can see. And from here, belly button tucked in, we're gonna roll those shoulders down the back, stick up the chest just a little bit, and then we're gonna step forward. Belly button tucked in, bring those arms up, come down, 90-degree angles to the knees, right? And then breathing out as we twist. Inhaling, coming up, and then breathing out. Woo, finding our balance. Breathing out. So we'll just do 10 of these. 4. And I'm not even twisting that far, just enough that I feel the twisting sensation. Bring my back foot in. 8. Come on, 2 more. And last one. Okay, awesome. All right, next set. Taking that leg back, if we ended up in the front, breathing in, and then breathing out. Woo. Pushing through that heel. Woo. And hold. So next, we're going to be going into lateral lunges. Lateral lunges, they work top of the thigh, glutes, but also the sides. And I know that's a troublesome area for some people. Let's just learn to love it and embrace it, even if it's not as firm as we'd like it to be. want to always make sure we're doing proper form. So if you've done these before, go ahead and grab your weights. If you haven't done these before, I want you to make sure form is happening with these first. So what it looks like from the front view is you're gonna have your belly button tucked in, stick out the chest just a little bit. You're gonna sit back, kind of like you're sitting in the chair to one side. And then you're gonna pop back up, breathing in. And then exhaling, coming down to the side. Now, I'll show you what it looks from a side view. So once again, belly button tucked in, and then breathing out, coming down. So you're sitting, sorry, let me move a little bit so you can see my feet. Okay, so main thing is knees are behind toes. Belly button tucked in so that you can execute this movement correctly. Okay, and you're pushing through that heel. Okay, just like that. Okay, so we're gonna start these now. All right, main thing, make sure the knees behind the toes, you're pushing through the heels, and you're almost sitting back, like you're sitting back onto a chair on one side, okay? So belly button tucked in, ready, and go. Pushing through that heel. Breathing out, sitting back and pushing through, good. Really feel those muscles along the side and the top of the thigh get engaged as we continue to sit back. Belly button tucked in, so you can sit back a little bit further if you're finding you're not getting a lot of range of motion. And then of course, breathing out. We're gonna do 15 of these. Remember, feet point forward. Last one, we're gonna hold, or you can pulse. Okay, and then coming down, breathing in, breathing out, pushing through that heel. Almost there, and hold. Okay, put the weight down. If you want, you can give yourself a little bit of a stretch here, belly button tucked in, little shoulders down and back. And then breathe in, and then exhale as we start to hinge forward. Place your hands on top of your knees, micro bend in the knees, of course, breathing in again, and then breathing out. Food stuck. Okay, hold on. Breathing in and then breathing out. Okay, coming back up. Ready for some deadlifts? Yes. Okay, of course, you can always do that lateral lunge set about 2 or 3 more times, especially if this is an area that you want to firm up. Okay, so we're going to do what's called deadlifts next. Of course, if you haven't done them before ever, you should actually start with this exercise called Roman bends. And with Roman bends, you're going to tuck your belly button into your spine, roll those shoulders down and back, breathing in, and then you're going to breathe out. So maintain lower back being flat, and you're just going to come to about here, okay? Maintain a micro bend in your knees if you have lower back tightness or any kind of lower back pain. We're going to breathe in here. And remember, roll those shoulders down and back, stick out the chest, and then breathe out as you're hinging at the waist. And then you can continue to do these. Okay, so I'll do this first set. with you like so. And this is the modified version. So almost think of sticking your butt out as you're bending. And that'll help you not round your back, because we don't want this to be rounded. We want the lower back to be flat as we're coming forward. Breathing in, of course, at the top, and then breathing out. And then, of course, maintain neck in neutral alignment. We don't need to look up ahead. We need to let our eyes gaze upon the ground. Breathing in and then exhaling. And we'll just hold for about 10 seconds. So I think that was 10. I did lose count somewhere in there. Okay, and then coming back up. You should feel the back of your thighs getting engaged. And if you have any kind of lower back tightness, you might feel a little bit of your lower back getting worked out. And this exercise also might feel like a little bit of a nice stretch if you've never done it before. And it's really good for our hamstrings. Feel a little bit of the glutes, but not so much. It's more hamstrings and lower back. So we're gonna get into the deadlifts. That's where we add weight to this exercise. Of course, once our form is good, and we're confident, we know our form is good. So go ahead and pick whatever weights you like. Once again, I'll do it from the side just so that you can see the form. And even when we're using weights, we want to maintain neck and head are in neutral alignment. We want to maintain that the back is not rounding as we're bending. If it's rounding, then the weight is too much and we need to go back to working on our form with the deadlifts. Okay, belly button tucked in, feet are about hip width apart. Okay, so you're gonna have your feet about hip width apart, knees, micro bend in them, but for the most part, your legs will be straight. Belly button tucked in, and let's begin. Breathing out, we're bending forward, maintaining our control. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhaling, bending forward. So maintain that the lower back is flat. Belly button tucked in, of course. We are on number 6. We'll do about 12 of these, 12 to 15. And if you bend your knees too much, you won't feel it in the hamstring. You'll start feeling it in the back. So make sure to actually find that even part of where you still feel it in your hamstrings, but without locking the knee joint. And then really cool thing, we can bend our knees, bring the weights down, and then go into a little bit of a forward fold here. Of course, micro bend in the knees. If you're like this, you want to micro bend the knees until you can reach your toes. And then roll back up. Okay, so with the deadlifts, you can do about 2 to 3 sets of anywhere from 10 to 15. It has to do with our outer thigh. You're gonna put the band on just above the knee. We don't want it on the knee. We want it just above the knee. Of course, if you need to make it easier, you can move the band up your leg. That does make it a little bit easier. If you don't have a band, that's okay too. You can always use your own body weights, because chances are maybe you haven't done this exercise before. Or if you need more sensation, you can always put a weight or use a book as a weight, and just put it along the side of your thigh so that basically the weight can add resistance to your leg. Okay, so this exercise is a standing outer thigh lift. Now this can be done from lie down position, and if you're a beginner, you want to actually do this from a lie down position. So go ahead and grab your mat if you need to. And from here, belly button tucked in, we're going to raise the leg up, 1, 2, and then bring it back down. Raise the leg, 1, 2, and then bring it back down. Belly button tucked in, of course, breathing in, and then breathing out, 1, 2. Now, if you've never done this exercise before, you could touch your foot as you're doing each rep. But if you have done this exercise before, you'll want to just let your foot hover after each rep, okay? So we're actually going to begin the set now. So go ahead and find your spot on the wall, or if you want to do where you balance on one leg, as long as you're good with balancing, have at her. Belly button tucked in, breathing in, and then exhaling, 1, 2, coming back down. So breathing out as we go to the top, inhaling at the bottom, exhaling, come back to the top. 12, 13, 14, last one we're gonna hold. Or you can do little circles or pulse for 10 seconds. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides. So belly button tucked in, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Last one, we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, awesome job. Next, we'll go into what's called a monkey squat. You can bring your feet together. Chances are the band's probably going to slide off. So we'll just put that band aside for now. Okay, so monkey squats. I learned it in one of my insanity workouts with Shaun T. Bring the feet together. So feet are together. Okay, I'm going to do this from the side just because you do bend down, and I want to make sure you ladies are getting the form down, okay? So breathing in, belly button tucked in. You're going to crouch down, hands on top of the knees, hands on top of the toes. And then from here, we're going to breathe out, straighten our legs. Breathing in, and then breathing out, straightening our legs. So what this does is it engages our inner thighs. Breathing out, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last one, and we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you can roll back up. Okay, so this next exercise is another exercise you can do for outer thigh and glutes. You're going to come down to an all-fours position, of course, and you have the choice. If you've never done this exercise before, don't use a band. Just see how it feels. Really, just see your range of motion. I'm of course, going to do it modified with you first. We'll do the outer thigh glutes exercise first. It's going to be called fire hydrant. Then the next one that we'll kind of pair it with is the donkey kicks. Your glutes are going to be very sore after this, but for good reason. We want to firm those glutes, of course. So you're going to come down to an all-fours position. You can have hands like this, or if you need to kind of come back a little bit because of wrists, or you can even use fists instead. Okay? Micro bend in the elbows, of course. And then from here, belly button tucked in. You're going to breathe in, and then you're going to exhale. Bring that leg up as high as you can, and then bring it down. Let the knee hover, and then breathe out again as we bring it up. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Okay, that's 4, 5, doesn't have to go as high as mine. I'm just really flexible. 11. Even if it goes to here and you feel it, you're still working those muscles out. 12, 13, 14. Last one, and we're gonna hold. Good, bring it back down. If you want, you can go into a little bit of a child's pose here. Give your arms and your back a little bit of a break. Of course, while we're in the all fours, we want to be neutral spine. So tuck that belly button into the spine. And tucked in. Neutral spine. Breathing out. 1, 2. Bring that other leg up. 2, 3. Bring it out and breathing out as we bring it up. 10, 11, feeling our outer thigh and glute as we bring it up. Okay, good. From here, coming back. Of course, if you need more sensation with the exercise, you can always add a band. What's the next one? Coming down. You're going to have hands and come down to your elbows if you want, or you can still stay in this position if you feel that's comfortable. Belly button tucked in, and then from here, we're going to kick through that heel so that we can activate the glute. Breathing in and then exhaling as we kick the glute up. Almost there. And hold. Good, bring it back down. Okay, next side, breathing in. And then breathing out, kicking that leg up. Feeling that glute get activated as we kick through the heel. Belly button tucked in. And hold. Okay, from here, rolling back, coming into our child's pose. Now, of course, you can go through that set again, and you can add a band. So adding a band, of course, we want to make sure that if we're adding a band, we're adding it just above the knee, and then going ahead with our set. So, of course, add just above the knee because we don't want to injure the knee. And then from here, belly button tucked in, raising, 1, 2, and then coming back down. So it might be a little bit less range of motion. And then we'll just do 10 to 15, whatever you can do. And then switch sides. Beginning again, breathing in, belly button tucked in, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holding. Okay, last one, we're gonna band. That's what we're moving into. From here, belly button tucked in. If you need to, you may need to move the band up a little bit just so that you can still maintain kicking the heel up as opposed to going out that way. So from here, belly button tucked in and then kicking up. Yep, just like that. Breathing in and then breathing out. heel to activate the glute. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we're gonna hold. Thank goodness. Butt is on fire. Okay, now we've got the other leg to do. Belly button tucked in. Okay, ready? And kicking up. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, holding. 1. Okay, good. And we're gonna lie down on the mat. We'll fix our band if we're wearing one. And if we're not, we're going right into the clamshells. So, clamshells. Feet in alignment with your body. Make a triangle with your legs, because you're gonna make a clamshell mouth with it. So, once again, belly button tucked in. Breathing out, 1, 2. Try to keep this part of your torso stable and let the movement come from your glute. 5, breathing in, breathing out. 6, 7, 8, you got this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we're gonna hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then just switching sides. Okay, belly button tucked in. Breathing out. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Feeling that glute. 5, 6, 7, 8. Might feel your thighs a little bit too. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we're gonna hold. Oh my goodness. Okay. Give yourself a pat on the back for a great job today with your workouts. Go ahead and take that band off. And you just killed it in leg day. Now we're going to move on to the cool down. Okay, seeing as we're already on the ground, we're actually going to start our cool down from the ground today. And what we can do is lie right back down. We're of course going to start with our glutes. So we'll start actually with a little bit of knees to chest pose. Give our lower back a nice stretch here. Of course, you can bring your hands underneath or you can have them on top. You can gently rock side to side. Might feel like a nice little massage on your back. That's what we're going for, a little massage in the back. Actually, we're just trying to stretch the lower back. Bring some circulation to that area. Okay, coming back to the middle, we'll place our feet onto the ground. From here, we're going to place our left foot on top of the right knee. Take your left hand, place it on the inner part of the left knee, and then you're just going to push. You want this to be, your knee to be in alignment with your foot, basically, when you're pushing. If you feel a stretch, then you can stay here. If you don't, and you want more stretch sensation, what you're going to start to do is grab the back of your leg and slowly start to bring it in. We'll take a nice deep breath in. Maintain lower back flat on the mat and don't switch your hips to one side when you start bringing your leg back. Okay, breathing out and just bring in until you feel a nice stretch. Breathing in again. And then breathing out. We'll see if we can bring it in a little bit closer. And then one more time, nice deep breath, inhale, Deep breath in, I mean. And then exhaling, coming forward. Still pushing on that knee, maintaining that the ankle and knee are still in alignment. Breathing in again. Good. And then we'll place that right leg back down. We're actually going to take our left hand, place it on top of the knee. We're going to take our right hand, place it on top of the foot. We're going to go into a little bit of myofascial stretching here. So what we're doing is a little bit of a myo yoga workout, which is where we combine yoga with myofascial stretching, which is my own creation. So breathing in and then breathing out. You're going to tap that foot down. Inhaling, coming back up. And then exhaling, tapping that foot down. Inhaling again. And then exhaling. Inhaling. And then exhaling, tapping that foot down. You can pull on the knee just a little bit towards yourself if you need a little bit more sensation. And what this does is it gets it a little bit deeper into the glute and the outer hip rotators. Breathing in and then breathing out. And we'll just hold it here for a moment. And then when we're ready, we'll come back up again. And we'll place that foot down. We're going to bend the leg. We'll take our right foot, place it on top of the left knee. And then we'll take our right hand, place it on the inner thigh of the right knee. Okay, from here, we're going to see if we feel a sensation, a stretching of our glute muscle. Do we feel it? If we do, we can stay here. And if we don't, we'll start to grab the back of the left thigh and start bringing it in closer. Okay, so right now I'm feeling it right here. So I'm going to stay here for a moment. I'm going to let my breath massage my body. So from here, taking a nice deep breath in and then breathing out. See if I can come a little bit closer without switching my hips. Keep your hips in alignment with your spine. Breathing in again. And then breathing out. All right, you can go. Breathing in again. And then breathing out. Feel a little bit more of that sensation. Inhaling again. And then exhaling. One side might feel tighter than the other, that's okay. It's still very important to stretch your glutes out, especially because when we do leg day, squats, hip raises, most movements actually engage the glutes as well as other muscles. And then we did end it with killing it on the glutes. So you want to make sure you get that good stretch for your glutes. Breathing in again, and then breathing out. Yeah, really feeling that stretch sensation now. Okay, and then bring that leg, that left leg back down. We'll let it slide down a bit. Right hand to the right knee, left hand to the right foot. We're going to breathe in and then breathe out. And then we'll come back up again. Breathing in and then breathing out. We're tapping the foot down. Noticing how we're feeling. Exhaling. Inhaling again. And then exhaling, tapping that foot down. And then one more time, breathing in. And then exhaling. Good. And then we'll bring both legs in together. We're going to start to roll onto our side and then actually come to an all fours position. We'll take our knees out wide. We're going to breathe in and then exhale as we go into a wide child's pose. Start to crawl our hands back, and then we'll slide your knees about hip width apart. From here, we'll actually just take our right knee. We'll make a triangle with our right knee. Maybe I should move the mat. Move here for now. Okay. Making a triangle with our knee, and then connecting the foot to the top part of our left knee. So I got my right knee out in front of us, and we're going to put our hands on either side of the right knee. We're going to breathe in. We'll square our shoulders to the wall in front of us, breathing in, and then exhaling, we'll take our hands out in front of us and breathe out. And then we'll continue to do that. We'll come back up, breathing in, and then exhaling. Coming back up, and then exhaling. Feeling that nice stretch. And then we'll switch sides. So switching sides now. Left leg is the triangle out in front of us. We're connecting the left foot to the right thigh. We're breathing in here. And then exhaling as we come down. So I'm going to face you. Breathing in. And then exhaling as we come down. Feeling that nice stretch. One side you might feel more than the other. Okay, and we'll do one more time. And then exhale out. Okay, coming back up. All right, so next we can go into our next stretch. We can go, of course, into doing our quad stretch. So you can do it this way. Now, of course, if you're very flexible and don't feel it, we can always add more sensation. And if you have a couch at home, or you have a exercise ball, I'm going to show you how you can get a little bit more sensation with your quad stretch. So we'll do the other side just as well. Okay, so you're grabbing the ankle as opposed to grabbing the toe or the foot. Grab the actual ankle. And then, of course, if you need balance, you can always put your hand out. Tuck belly button into the spine and squeeze the glute of your the side that you're doing the quad stretch on. Okay, so this one is if you need a deeper stretch. If you need a deeper stretch for your quad, you're going to come down. You'll have ball against the wall, or if your couches usually don't move, let me just get this back over here. Oh, can you grab the mat? Okay, thank you. Grab the mat. I think I'm done. Okay, so you're going to have your right knee down, left knee is going to be in knee ankle alignment, so you're going to have a 90-degree angle. Belly button tucked in, hands on top of the knee, and then you're going to squeeze the right glute, tuck the belly in, and then hold for about 30 to 45 seconds. So this one's a little bit of a longer one, but essentially what you're doing is you're PNFing your quad and hip flexor, mostly the quad though, and you're also getting a myofascial stretch at the exact same time. Okay, we're almost there. And stop. Okay, coming back down, switching sides. Let's bring the other leg back. Coming up. Belly button tucked in. Squeezing the glute. Hands on top, squeezing the left glute that is. And then hands on top of the knee, finding our balance. Awesome job in your workout today. Please share this with a friend as well if you found this workout was fun or ball side. Okay, next. For our outer thighs, cross one leg over, belly button tucked in, bending, and then of course just reaching for our ankles, shins, or our toes, whatever our body will allow today, as long as we're not rounding our back too much. You should feel the stretch on the back leg. Of course, with our stretches, you want to hold for about 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds is good. Okay, so we're going to go into a wide stance here. Belly button tucked in, bending. Hold on, we're going to breathe in here. And then breathe out as we start to bend. Micro bend in the knees, breathing in. And then breathing out, reaching towards the floor. Or if we want, we can place hands underneath us. Breathing in again, and then breathing out. Okay, slowly rolling back up. Okay, so if we take the other leg now, so you're gonna have the leg that was behind out in front, breathing in, belly button tucked in, and then we're gonna bend forward. If you want to turn it up, go ahead.
Me? What?
Just turn it up one.
I'm not turning it up. I'm in my thing near my phone.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
go upstairs. Hi guys.
Okay, reaching back up. All right, last stretch, belly button tucked in. We're gonna have a micro bend in the knees, breathing in again, and then exhaling, we're coming forward. And we're reaching for our ankles, shins, or our toes, letting our tummy touch our thighs. Okay, and then we're rolling back up. Okay, great job today with today's workout. Amazing. Please subscribe to the channel just because I will be adding more workout flows, more fierce body flows, more yoga classes and sets as well, just because people really need this right now. And of course, if you have any friends, make sure to tag them or share this video with them. Any family members that could use this, make sure to share this with them. Or if you have any workout buddies that are looking for workouts, share this with them as well. And subscribe to the channel just so you know when our new next workout videos are. And we'll of course see you in the next workout. Okay, have a great day.